Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to get started and finish up the rest of that harness that's going to be on the body of the Humvee and get it all set up to be able to jive with this new Duramax build that we got going on. And also there's another part that I got in I'm going to need you guys help with. And it's kind of a technical part, so I don't know if you guys know about it, but you will, maybe, you won't, I don't know. But let's just get to work, guys. Let's go to work. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible, being in just regular layman's terms. That is the front of the Humvee. Behind me is the rear. So we'll start up here. Right here, this main wire right here, that goes to the front connector, your hood. So your hood has your turn signals and everything on it, the IR light and all that. It screws into that terminal right there. This wire coming off, that goes to the horn. So the wire comes all the way back the fender here. Right here, that little wire, that goes to your brake booster. Then it comes inside the cab. Then we got the two big resistors or relays, resistor, I don't know. One's to the heater core, one's to something else. Then you have all your gauges. We're pretty much not going to use, not one of those, but fuel. Fuel, probably it. Nothing else. Everything else is going to be from the Duramax. This. Now you got your headlight switch, your brakes, that's your switch right there, turn signals, and all the ones that we have to go actually run somewhere because those coming from the smart box. So a lot of this is going to get removed from these gauges. Then you're coming on over, so kind of we're in the driver's seat of the Humvee. Then you come over and you have your windshield wiper motor, and then you keep going all the way over and you have your heater core right there. All right, so we're pretty much in the driver's seat. Now coming back, you have all this junk and it is rotating over here to the transmission. Every single thing down there goes to the transmission. So I've already unhooked a whole bunch of the harnesses. There was a pigtail that came off here. I've kind of split it. So these pigtails that don't go in anything, they go back to the dash up here where the gauges were, like oil pressure. That's going to go to the oil pressure gauge. But again, we're not going to need any of this stuff with the Duramax lock. So the only wires that are left from coming to the rear are going to be right here in this harness. So I am going to have to, I've already undid it from there back. So I'll just be able to remove every single thing that remotely involves this old 4L80E transmission. All right. So then we come back, we're following the harness. We're in the middle of the Humvee now. Boom, pop over. Fuel sending unit right there. Boom, boom. And then you just come on back and you got your rear brake light, your switch plug wire harness for this hitch, and your other rear brake light and IR lights. So, hey, it's actually really, when you really break it down kind of easy, at least a mown head, it's just not that bad. Once I remove, literally this whole center section is going to be gone. All the transmission control module, that little green box is a relay box for the transmission. You got the actual transmission sensor will light up, or indicator light. Then you just have all this other stuff that just is not needed anymore. So once I clear all this out of the way, I should be left with a harness that's very manageable. All right, massive amounts of wires that are gone from the middle. I haven't taped any of the wires up yet, really. Just kind of right there, did a little, it's actually not that bad. Kind of pretty easy. There's still, this is my only, I just need to get on the sheet and look. This is kind of a dilemma, is this plug and these two. Obviously that looks like a ground and a positive. I just need to look it up. And the numbers are so covered up, I'm gonna have to sand them a little bit so I can look on the sheet and see what it is. So I'm gonna probably just do that. And then this harness is good. I'm gonna have to wait till I get in the truck to probably wire these and run them to relays and all that stuff, or batteries, source, or ground, or whatever else. Just because, I mean, this all has to go back on the truck before, or the body before it goes on the truck. Probably tape all this harness up, and then we'll go ahead and put it off to the side and wait for the bottom of the body to get painted, so then we can put the harness back on. So there is my harness, complete. Well, complete as I say. These will have to get ran right here, the rest of these, once in the truck. So, one note to my sheet. I removed G completely. G ran to the old key switch. Did not go anywhere else. It went straight from the key switch into the protective control box. So control box gone, G's gone. So quick note, G is run to full-time power. Yes, that is true, but the new Duramax switch, which is right here, is my new G. So obviously that is gonna have full-time power from the battery. So it's unneeded in this. So that leaves me with a total of, let me count here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires that I actually need to run to make this harness jive with that. Pretty cool. And here is everything that I removed out of the stock Humvee harness, with the 4 LED trans and the module, obviously in the control module, transmission, gauges, whatever. Yeah, neutral safety, all that stuff, gone, bye. What do you think, Jack? Yeah, that's about what I'm thinking too, buddy. We got a surprise. Boom. CTS3 module. I got a splitter for the OBD2. This thing's gonna be awesome. It's also going to get inset into the dash. Let's see what this thing's all about. I ordered this thing this morning and it showed up. That's pretty awesome. Amazon is cool. There it is. Let's hook it up, see what it does. Let's check this thing out. So, OBD port, OBD2, hey bam. I wonder if it'll come on. So does it stay on all the time? Because I did notice, if I put a code scanner in here, it comes on too. Like the code scanner, as soon as I put it in there without the vehicle being on. I don't know if that's because of the standalone harness or what. Sweet. This thing's pretty awesome. I'm just going to have to sit and play with this thing really and just see what it all does. It's probably way fancier than anything I've ever had that'll read it, because I mean apparently it can do, I don't know, what, 8, 16 gauges or something? Pretty much anything the computer can read, it's going to read it. Turn ignition on, put into run mode. Do not start the engine, okay? So guys, it's the next morning here. I do have to call tech support on this. It would not recognize the VIN, I guess you'd say. Obviously it's been programmed, but it gave me some codes that I need to call tech support, and they were closed last night, so I'm going to call them today. However, on the dash here, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have any of these gauges anymore, right? I'm going to be getting a plate over here, and since this screen's pretty small, I'm going to put a like touch screen stereo type thing here. But over here, where that air filter air box was, don't need. This is going to end up being inset into the dash right over here. So I'm going to just measure this out. It's 4.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm going to start that. Go ahead and cut that rectangle and see if I can get this inset into the dash right there. Let's go. Let's go ahead and cut that rectangle out and see if the CTS3 fits. That's where it's gonna go. And we're inset. Boom. Come on, Corolla. Right, Nola? We got 2 nails. 1. 2. 2? Doing all these updates. So I'm jumping all over the place this morning, and I've been wanting to make a bracket off the transfer case for the exhaust because it just needs something there. And I had this still from the old Duramax, and I just put a plate on the end of it here, welded it to it. I'm gonna paint it up and then weld it to the exhaust. I'm gonna have to cut that little bracket there that holds that whole thing on, or the wrap on, and then rewrap it. No big deal. I'll paint this up, throw it on. Got it. Thing is sturdy. That's what I've been missing right there. Definitely way too wobbly up there. That's a must, putting that little mount down there. Kind of see it in there. So yeah, looks great, works great. So I went and picked up this piece of steel right here from Lowe's, and it's gonna end up covering this hole where the gauges used to be. So what I did, it's 8 inches wide. It's an 8 by 18 inch piece. I don't know how thick that is, but it's not flimsy, which is really good. So I kind of just went over like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch past where the mounting holes are gonna be. Go ahead and make a mark right here. Go ahead and take this mark, go all the way down, cut a really straight line if I can. And then I will be beveling the edges, and this is gonna go in place where the gauges went. Let's get to cutting. Now, you can bevel the edges. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it and like all the comments you guys always give me. But on this one, please drop some comments down below and let me know why that CTS3 module, the Edge, is not communicating with the standalone harness. I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't. I've Googled it and I keep coming up with some brick wall. There we go. So if you guys have any insight on that, please let me know. And stay tuned, guys. Got some paint. It's still not in yet. It's supposed to be here like 2 days ago and it hasn't shown up yet. So hopefully this week it'll be in and we'll start painting this body a little bit. So you're just going to stick around for that. See you next time, guys. Take it easy.